Hey, Scott Austin here. In this episode, I want to talk about gift guides in your Shopify store. In a few minutes, I'll be doing some show and tell of stores and their gift guides. So if you're listening to this in audio only, there's a link in the show notes to the video. That said, if you are audio only, I'll be sure to describe what I'm seeing so that you won't miss out on much. Let's start by explaining what a gift guide is. A gift guide is a decision-making tool to help a person choose an appropriate gift for someone. Here are some actual titles that should help illustrate gift guides. 1. The 38 best fly fishing gifts. 2. 27 of the best Valentine's Day gifts for seniors. 3. 30 best gifts for 12-year-old girls in 2022. 4. The 25 best toys under $50 of 2022. 5. 10 thoughtful gift ideas under $30 for the motorcycle enthusiast. As you can probably glean from the titles, gift guides are meant to help a gift giver make their purchase decision. Some of the help that the gift giver may need is some education about the gift topic. For example, someone who is not a motorcyclist may not be aware of how important brand can be to motorcyclists. They need to be educated on how taboo it is to give a Harley owner a Kawasaki t-shirt. Another aspect of the education is on what products are available in the market today or what the current trends are for certain age groups. For example, a distant uncle may not know what the most popular music is for 12-year-olds these days. Your goal for gift guides is twofold. 1, have a destination to send customers in your marketing, whether through emails, ads, or social posts. A gift guide is appealing content for gift givers. 2, to compete in SEO for all the gift-giving queries. Gift-giving queries like, what should I get my 12-year-old niece for her birthday, are high volume, and they exist in about every niche you can think of. So let's do some searching and show you what is out there. So on my computer, the first thing I'm going to do is, go to Google, and I'm going to do a generic search term. So I'm going to search for best gifts for, let's actually do a little bit more specific, best holiday gifts for men. Now, these really generic, even though I said a little more specific, this is a really generic search query for gift guides. More specific things will be, best holiday gifts for men who like whatever, right? Now, what I have found in these very generic ones, the space is totally owned by media companies. So if I scroll past the ads, and the first organic search result that I see is from CNN, right? A media company. The next one is GQ. The next one is Esquire. The next one is Good Housekeeping. And the next one is The Cut. And I'm not even sure what that is, but it looks like it's a blog. Yeah, it's a blog, not a shopping site. So the really generic ones, which are going to be the high volume queries, are all owned by the top media companies, the New York Times of the world and those kind of things. So as with most SEO, for a smaller Shopify store to compete, you're going to have to look for niches, and niches that are appropriate and applicable to your space. So if I get rid of the generic best holiday guides, and if I search for best gifts for fly fishermen, so this is, not too specific, but much more specific than just men. So now I'm saying, hey, for fly fishermen, what's the best stuff out there? And the sites now are less the top media companies, and the top results are usually for media companies or enthusiasts that are focused in that space. So the first one is from a company called Man Makes Fire, and then Fly Fisher Pro, and then Orvis.com. So Orvis is a retailer. Then Anchorfly.com and TheWaitinglist.com are the top ones. And most of those are blogs or enthusiast websites or specific magazines. And what I see in a lot of these, this trend tends to be true. In search queries for, that a gift guide is the appropriate response, a lot of the, and I'll actually read the titles here. So the titles of these pages are for best gifts for fly fishermen, 45 best gift giving ideas for fly fishing fanatics, the 38 best fly fishing gifts, gifts for fly fishing, best fly fishing gifts, top 30 gifts of 2022. 28 best fishing gifts for men, women, and kids in 2022. So you notice the first 4 were specific to fly fishing, which is in the search query, and the 5th one was a little more generic for fishing. So there's a lot of content on the web for gift guides across all of these. And the interesting thing is most of the people that are winning in this game are not stores. They're not the retailers. And in this one here, of the first 5, only one of them is a retailer. So if I click on Man Makes Fire, the number 1 result for the fly fishing one, let's actually go to the home page and see what this site does. Yeah, this site is doing articles and reviews. So, and what a lot of these sites are doing is they don't sell their own products or resell other people's products. What a lot of them are doing is monetizing this traffic through affiliates. So, Amazon and eBay are well-known affiliate models. So a lot of these will, have their article. And this article here, as I start to look at it, has a lot of content. It's got photos. It looks like a magazine article. But embedded in that, I see they're talking about specific products, and there's links to those specific products. And when I click on that product link, it'll take me out to a different website using what is, for most of them, an affiliate link. And for some of them, they may just not have an affiliate link to certain specific places. But, anybody can sign up for an affiliate link with Amazon really easily. The first link took me to Orvis.com. The second link takes me to Amazon. So, this number 1 search result for fly fishing is definitely, a website that's an enthusiast website that's creating content. And the way it's monetizing this traffic is through affiliate links. And the interesting thing there is anybody who's doing their monetization through affiliate links or through ads, they don't have the same margins that you do as the store owner that's selling products. Even if you're reselling other people's products and your margins are thin, their margins are even thinner, right? So Amazon, I forget what they pay. I'm going to guess right now it's a 3% fee that they're paying for the affiliates. So, there's not a lot of money that they're making on each one of these, but, it adds up over time and makes it worth their time. And the point of that is if it's worth their time to do at their small revenues they're making off the page, I think it's well worth your time to do because you're going to be making better margins and more revenue than they can from the same query and the same content because you are, selling the products yourself, and that's going to allow you to, bring in more money. So the generic, even fly fishing, I consider a generic term, and it's still dominated by the enthusiast sites, the media, blogs and magazines and that kind of stuff. So let's go a little more generic or a little more specific than that. And I already, did some searching on the web, and what I found was 3 search queries there was at least one Shopify store in the top, and then I'm going to show you that store, and we'll talk about their landing pages. So the first one I did was Christmas gift ideas for firefighters. And I actually did this search query because years ago I built a store where the guy was selling gifts to firefighters, and it didn't show up in the top 10 here because he probably hasn't built a gift guide. If I scroll down a little bit, there was one. I think it was actually quite a bit. I had to scroll down. It was Fully Involved Stitching is the name of the site. Let's see if I can find them in the search results. And I'm doing a long pause here because I'm scrolling down. There it is. It's way down there. It's like 10 or 12 down on the list. So it was actually quite a bit down on the page. For the Christmas gift ideas for firefighters search query in Google, the top result was Amazon, firefighting gifts. And if you go to that page, it's not a gift guide at all. It's just a collection page. It just shows products that, get returned for the search query on Amazon of firefighting gifts. So it's not a really good landing. It does no education. It's a list of products. And then the next one is Etsy, and you'll see a lot of Etsy and Amazon on these. And if I remember correctly, that is also going to be, just a list of products, no real education going on those pages. So that, the top results in this query really aren't doing a good service to the customer there. And another site, that I see a lot in these search results is thisiswhyimbroke.com. And my guess is their business model is to just do gift list in every category you can think of. And if you look at their page, their landing page has a picture of firefighters, which it looks weird. The picture looks weird. I don't know what's wrong with it. Something's a weird about it. And then, they've got one paragraph of text and then just a list of products. And the list of products take you to other sites. The one I clicked on was an Etsy site. So they're just aggregating content. And even in their page, it says, "This is why I'm broke is reader supported. Some products display may earn us a commission." So they're telling you right there that, hey, we are getting affiliate revenue for what we're doing here. So this site, and there's many of them out there that do this exact same thing, their whole model is to build list and list and list. And all these lists are monetized through affiliate links. So they're not an expert on firefighter gifts because they have gifts for every scenario in the world that you can think of. I'm scrolling through their menu right now, the top level nav, and there's just, list after list of different categories of people. And then, you can do sub list under that, and it just goes on forever. So they're not experts in the topic. What they're experts in is generating SEO traffic by building up these gift guide lists and getting them ranked really well and monetizing that through affiliates. Just another point of, I think any Shopify store that knows their space really well, which most Shopify store owners do know their space really well, can compete on that and provide a better service. So on this query, the top ones up there are not Shopify stores, but let's go to the Shopify store that did rank. And like I said, it was down 10 or 11 on the list. And the problem here, the first problem I have with it is it took me to the home page of the website. So this website, the best result for the term Christmas gift ideas for firefighters was their homepage. Now, the Fully Involved Stitching website is focused, it looks like, on firefighters. And it looks like they take firefighting jackets that are used and repurpose them like as bags and other type, blankets and stuff like that, and aprons, which is kind of cool, right? You take an old fire coat, I assume they're old fire coats, or maybe they're just new and they look like fire coats, and then repurpose them for that purpose. So that's awesome. But the however I'm going to throw at it is they've got a link in their main nav that says gift guide. And if I hover on that, one of them says Christmas gifts. So this Christmas gift link says Christmas, and it's a collection page that just says Christmas and just shows a list of their products, whatever they put in their Christmas collection. This page should be the page that they need to be optimizing for Google, right? Google looked at this page and said, nah, I don't like your Christmas page for a query about Christmas gift ideas for firefighters, and instead took them back to their homepage. And the reason for that is it's just a collection page. There's no opening paragraph. There's no image on it to set context. There's no, hey, you're looking for Christmas gifts. You're in the right place. Let us tell you a little bit about what firefighters love, blah, blah, blah. It's just a list of products. Now, they may be appropriate for gifts for firefighters, but there's no story being told. There's no information and knowledge being shared like a good gift guide will do. A good gift guide is going to educate the customer about, what is important to firefighters and why these gifts versus those gifts. In other words, a collection page is not a good landing page for a gift guide. You want to take them to a page. Now that page may have inside of it a collection, section to show products, or product sections to show products, but you don't want to just drop them on a generic collection page, especially for big holidays and your big queries, whatever those happen to be. Maybe for, 4th of July items, if you're not big into 4th of July, you just have a collection for those. But your big events, your big holidays, your big audience, your big target users, you want to spend a little time building content that's going to be appealing in SEO, right? Most of you know that as you're building out your blog articles for SEO purposes, you're spending a lot of time creating the content, and you're using a lot of words. You're doing 1,000 words, 5,000 words, whatever you're doing there, because those words, you can equate that to education that you're providing to the audience. And a collection page, if it's just a plain connection page without a lot of content around it or description, isn't going to do that. So in this case here, the fully involved stitching store can, has the appealing products. It is actually ranking better than any other Shopify store for that query, but they could take that to the next level quite easily. Right? So let's move on to the next Google query. And for this one, I looked for gift ideas for outdoor survivalists. And the site that I found that ranked was really, really nice. It's beef jerky. So, if I look at the results, Amazon is number one for outdoor survivalists, and it takes you right to a list of products, a collection page in Amazon. There's Homestead Launch, which I think, let's go to that site because, yeah, they've just got the landing page. I'm trying to see what the Homestead Launch. So the Homestead Launch site is helping you build your modern homestead. So, they're selling houses or construction or something, and they've got a guide to try to find an audience that are outdoor survivalists or survivalists, and they're building up, content to draw that user in so that they can do the construction or sell them houses or whatever they're doing there, which is really interesting. All right, there's the Urban Survivalist site. This is Why I'm Broke Again, that site we talked about before. In Off-Grid Life, that's probably a person talking about their experiences living off the grid. And there's a whole bunch of them. But if I scroll down, I can see People's Choice beefjerky.com. That's the first Shopify store that popped up. So I clicked on that link. They wrote an article, so that this is done on a blog, and it's perfect gifts for preppers. And this, I think, is a role model of how a Shopify store can build a great gift guide. And the reason I say that is they are showing their product on this. The first product they show, by the way, is Titan Survivor Cord, whose website I happen to have built. They're a Shopify store. So it's not their own product. The second product they show on the site is their curated box of beef jerky. And then they go on and show a whole bunch more. I think it's like 10 or so products. Oh, there's even more than 10. I'm scrolling down, and I'm up to 15. So they got 21 survivalist products, and only one of them is their own. So what they're trying to do here is actually build a list of products that they think are good for the outdoor survivalist. Number 6 on the list is the Wilderness Survival Kit, and there's like a knife, a flashlight, and all sorts of tools in a bag that you can buy. So what they're doing here is they're saying to the customer who's searching for a gift idea for outdoor survivalist, hey, here's 21 ideas. Only one of them do we happen to sell. So they're focused in this results, or this gift guide is focused on the actual query that the customer is searching for. I'm looking for gift ideas. So they're not saying, here's what we have for outdoor survivalists. They're saying, here's what we found on the internet that's the best for outdoor survivalists, which so happens to include our beef jerky. I think this one's really well done. And they actually, they pull a product photo for each one of these items. They talk about the price. They've got a link to where you can shop it. They do a little description of it. So they're doing a really good job in aggregating a lot of content and making it into an appealing presentation for the customer. And like I said, product number 2 is their own. And at the bottom, of course, they talk a little bit more about beef jerky when they're done explaining all the other 20 products that aren't their own. So they are promoting the beef jerky, but it's subtle, and it's totally appropriate. And as a user, I don't think that I'm being deceived at all. It's not like I search for outdoor survivalist gifts, and they told me there's 20 different types of beef jerky that are the best gift ideas for outdoor survivalists, right? Really nicely done, People's Choice beef jerky. So the last one I want to show you is a search query that is best gifts for someone who loves tequila. And the first one for this is Town and Country Magazine, so, large media company. And then Avada.io, they have 31 best gifts for tequila lovers who love Mexican, and then the title, goes off. But what you'll notice on all of these search queries that I've been doing so far, almost all of them, it's like 99% of them that are in the top, 5, 10, they list the number of gift ideas. So right here on the tequila one, there's 15. The second query has 31. The third result has 9. The fourth one has 29. The fifth one is 22. So the top 5 all say the number. The sixth one happens to be Amazon. They don't show a number in their results. And then back to the seventh one, they give their number of 20. And that's a really nice indication for the customer of what they're going to get, right? So it's not just, hey, the best gift ideas for someone who loves tequila, and there's just one idea. There's like, oh, there's 31 here. And I'll also say that more is not always better, right? So if you had, and I've seen a couple of them that are like the 150 best gift ideas for tequila lovers. That's just an example. I don't see that on the screen right now. But if you have 150 ideas, that's too many for most people to understand, right? And if you're going to have 150, you're going to want to break that down a little bit. For example, if you have 150 best gift ideas for someone who loves tequila, when you land on the page, maybe you're asking the customer, like, what's their price range? Well, here's the best gifts from $0 to $20. Here's $20 to $40. Here's $40 to $80. And here's over $80. So you take that 150 and you divide it into 4 different buckets to make it less items that the reader has to consider at any given time. So on this one here, the first Shopify store is number 4 on the list, which is really nice. I actually talked to this store owner years ago, I think like back in 2016. So I'm really happy to see that they're still around and doing business, right? And they've got a blog article here that is the 29 best gifts for tequila lovers. And I'm going to guess that this article's been around for a while. Let's see if I go back to Google. It doesn't have a date on it. And the reason I think it's been around for a while is I can see in the handle that this gift guide started off as the 17 best tequila gifts. But now the title, so that's in the product handle, or the article handle, but now the title's 29 best gifts. So I'm sure the store owner is, adding things to that list over time, which makes total sense, right? But the cool thing also is the date on this blog article is March 6, 2022. So as I'm recording this, it's November 4th, 2022. So that article's date is in the same year that I'm looking, and that becomes an important thing. And another best practice is a lot of times someone will have an article that's like the best Christmas gift ideas for people who love boots for 2021. And that'll be in the title. And then when 2022 comes around, it'll still show up in the title as for 2021. So if you're going to put a year, which is not a bad thing to do because it shows recency, especially in the search results page, if you see 4 guides and one says 2021, one says 2022, and the other 2 don't have a date on it, you're probably going to go for the 2022 one if it's currently 2022. So putting your year in is a good thing. But what you've got to do if you're going to do that is every year update the dates on all your products. So go into your blog articles and change the title from 2021 to 2022. And don't have the 2021 in the handle. You just have it in the title and make sure the SEO handle or the SEO title and the product handle are a little bit more generic there. So this article is really nice because they've updated it, even though it's been around for a long time. Even though it doesn't have 2022 in the title, there's a date showing up on the blog article. So you want to make sure that your blog articles are showing the most recent save date for that article, not the creation date for the article. And another thing is, if you're going to do this annual thing, don't make new pages. Don't take 2021 page, copy it, and make a 2022 page. Because then Google's got to go and index that again. And any links you had last year, from any magazine article, whatever, that talked about the best, gift ideas and pointed to your guide, well, they're going to go to the wrong page. So use the same page. Don't change the page structure. Don't make a new page in Shopify. Don't change the handle. Keep it the same all the way through, but just refresh and update your content as you're going. So on this page here, the 29 best gifts for tequila lovers by GroovyGuyGifts.com, the first one is a Do Your Whiskey Infusion. Now, I guess, I don't know much about hard alcohol, but I would think that whiskey isn't tequila, but it's number 29 on the list. And if I click on it, it goes to Amazon. So this is another Shopify store owner that isn't just promoting their own products. right? So product number 2 is a hand-painted tequila set, and that takes you to Etsy. So they've already gone off to 2 of the big marketplaces. And I scrolled through, and I went through all the products and looked at, so here's an Etsy, here's an Etsy, here's an Etsy. I'm just scrolling down, look at the hover. So lots and lots of Etsy, Amazon, Etsy, and somewhere in here on this list, they actually have their own product. But what I was really surprised by is they only had one product on this list. That made sense to me for the beef jerky guys, because we were searching for outdoor survivalist, products. And of course, you're thinking camping and hunting and knives and fishing poles and that kind of stuff. So having a lot of other products on that page from the manufacturer of the beef jerky made sense. On the 29 best gifts for tequila lovers, Groovy Guy Gifts has drinkware, right? So they have different, types of drinkware and decanters and things like that. I thought they could have had more of their own products listed on this site. I like the fact that they're bringing others in, but instead of having just one of their own products on this page, I would have liked to have seen them have, 3 or 4 of the 29, just to get a little more coverage and monetize that a little bit better for themselves. But they also might have, their own affiliate links to Amazon and Etsy, because, as a Shopify store owner, you can have affiliate links on your site too. I actually don't know how to look at I'm looking right now at a Amazon link. I do not know how to tell if it's an affiliate link or not, but it looks, because there's a tag in this. It's not just a straight link. There's some code after the link. So my guess is they are an affiliate partner with Amazon, which means they're probably doing the same thing with Etsy. So they're probably monetizing those links as best they can through affiliates. But like I said, I would have had a little more of their own content on that page. So that's a quick summary of how some Shopify stores are doing gift guides out there. My summary of it all is, I think that gift guides are a very valuable space, right? They do a great service to customers who are looking to buy something that is applicable to their gift recipients' passions or age or whatever preferences they have. And they want to know a little bit more and get some help from that. So there's a whole industry out there of sites that are providing that service to those people. But most of the people that are providing that service are more media companies, their blogs, their magazines, they're monetizing through affiliates. I think there's a lot of space and opportunity for Shopify store owners to create gift guides that are applicable to their spaces, and also compete in that, probably even offer a better service to the gift giver audience out there that's looking for them, because a Shopify store is going to be more focused on a specific niche and be more knowledgeable about that specific niche to be able to give better quality, information to the gift giver, so that the gift recipient gets something that is really appropriate for their passions. So hopefully this show and tell has been useful for you. Here's a summary of the things to keep in mind when making gift guides. All right, number 1 is, each guide should be focused. You should know who the gift recipient is and maybe even why they're getting a gift. Number 2 is, you should provide the best content possible, which in this case is gift recommendations. So that could include products you do not sell. Number 3, content is king. Copy, photos, video will all help you rank in SEO and also engage the reader. Number 4 is, organizing the content will help direct the reader. Table of contents, breakdowns by price, and more can help the reader get to the right product more quickly. And lastly, number 5, the space is dominated by non-retailers who have smaller margins than you and aren't the subject matter experts that you are. You should be able to compete and be successful against them. So that's it for this episode. I hope that helped. Thanks for listening.